Well, hello there, YouTube. It's Saturday, October 8th, 2022. And today I'm just going to be providing you guys with an update video. You know, it's been a while since I've actually done a video, a couple of weeks, and it's because I've been waiting on all kinds of stuff, and I want to make sure, you know, that the foundation is done right. You got one chance of putting this engine together, and that's it. So you've got to, you know, print everything out, which I've done. You know, I have my crankshaft installation procedure that I wrote out step by step by step, all my torque settings and what I'm going to do, how this whole thing's going to do. And I've cleaned everything. You know, I have spent the last few days actually cleaning something that I've already cleaned. And I've probably cleaned it 2 or 3 times. So, that's basically what this video is about. I just wanted to bring you up to date, you know. So you can see I have everything ready to go, and we will be. And there's the engine block, and I've double bagged that. And because, again, I cleaned it and cleaned it and cleaned it. I'm ready to do an install. Unfortunately, my dog's not feeling well, so I've got to go to the doctor's for her on Monday morning. And so I don't want to just jump into this project right now because I don't know. I feel that, you know, I want to have my mind on this and not on my poor little dog. All right. She's 14 years old and she's going to lose the rest of her teeth tomorrow morning. And so it may be a day or two before I actually get started. But I've got everything cleaned up and ready to go. And finally, the bearings showed up. So here's the bearings. And that's another thing I want to do. I'm going to be, you know, I have not broke this seal. It's brand new. Got to have gloves whenever you do this. You notice I got everything cleaned up. I took everything out of the garage and I washed the floors and I washed my tools and I blew everything off first, actually. And then I just kind of washed everything down. I pulled the car out. I washed the car, make sure there's no dust anywhere that I can think of. And, you know, just kind of did a thorough cleaning of this next step. And then, you know, here we are. So I wanted to also mention that, you know, in my other video there, I said I didn't know if I was going to be doing this or not, but this is the special tool for the compensating, for, you know, measuring the compensating element. This is not a genuine Mercedes-Benz. This is a SIR tool. And we'll talk more about it, but it's got a plus and minus. And then I went ahead and colored this. That's the actual line so that you do the measuring on. So we'll talk more about that when I actually do that video. But, you know, what I wanted to do before I actually, you know, begin, I wanted to make sure I have everything here. It's very important that I have everything here, right? Because, you know, you don't want to like be stopped. All of a sudden you're like setting something up and you don't have that part. So I only have a couple of things that I'm still waiting on, but it's not going to stop the progress at this point because one of those things actually is an offset cam keys. I'm going to offset the timing by 2 degrees. And again, we'll talk about that when I get to that step. But yeah, we're going to do something a little bit special so this thing has a better idle and a smoother takeoff. Little things like that. So lots of little things have been shared with me. So again, you know, I've got my manual. I printed it all out. You guys can see I have my manual and torque settings. And, well, actually, my manual happens to be my outline of how I'm going to go about doing this whole thing. So let me see. Hey, you know, you guys that are new or this is the first time you saw my video, I should let you know. My name's Tony. I'm rebuilding my 560 SL. You know, from the ground up. I've already done everything underneath, and now we're taking apart the engine, and we're going to put that all back together. And that's actually what the next video is going to be about. So, you know, subscribe, click the bell, and all that kind of stuff, because I'm going to install the crank. We're going to compare these bearings. And, you know, I want to compare the Mercedes bearings against the, you know, against these Glycos. The one thing that I wanted to mention, you know, you can't buy a complete set of Mercedes bearings. You can only buy the 4 bearings. You can't buy a thrust bearing. So, unfortunately, you can't buy just a thrust bearing from this company either. And even if you did, do I want to mix and match? I don't think so. So, Also, right now, I'm going to pull up a little video. Another thing that's important when you get your shop ready, you know, to do this installation, like I mentioned, I've been cleaning things. And one important thing is the shop towels. You know, I know a lot of guys, they say I'm using a Bounty towel, or which in this video right here, this is a Bounty towel. And in that Bounty towel, you can see fibers breaking off the Bounty towel, right? And when it tears, those are wood fibers that you're going to leave behind. All right, so I'm using clean room towels. They don't tear very easily to begin with, but they're interwoven more like a cloth, like a reusable towel. It's for a clean room, and you know, where they make computer chips, okay? So that's what I chose to do it. I use white unbleached. I don't want to have any chemicals, nothing. This is perfect, and it's going to work great with the brake clean and everything. So again, you know, this is just an update because it takes a while to make sure you got everything ready to go. You know, you don't know exactly, you know, what you're going to need, but you sure hope that you do, and you've laid everything out and you've gone through the procedures in your head, so you know step by step what you're going to do. So this step that we're getting ready to do, we're going to do it. But my dog, again, on Monday morning is going to go in and have the rest of her teeth taken out. She's 14 years old. She's like pretty darn old. She's a Maltese, you know, they have a long life, and she's just a beautiful little girl. So she's going to be down. My mind's not set on, you know, putting in a bearings and crankshafts, you know. I want to have my mind completely focused on that. I want you guys to see the best job done, right? Because we're going to make sure this is going to be fantastic. I think so. The whole plan, again, is to start this car live on YouTube. That is the plan. We're going to at least attempt to start it live on YouTube. So that's, you've got to subscribe. I mean, I'd like all you guys to join me for that, because it could be, you know, if it doesn't start right, you can all yell, ah, there goes Tony. Yeah, he blew it, but I'll get it started. I guarantee it. There's only a few things that make an engine run. I'll make it start. All right, so yeah, the next one I think we're going to be is installing the main bearings, the crankshaft, you know, and then from there we're going to be going on to covers, or I should say connecting rods and pistons, dropping those in there. That's the reason why I got that Total Seal, this special little tool over here, this guy right here. So I'm ready, this thing here. And the other part, we should be able to get this thing done. And I sure hope so, because I really want to get started on this. And, you know, like I said, as soon as my dog is feeling a little bit better and my mind's cleared, I have everything ready to go. Everything's laid out. I know exactly what I'm going to be doing. So stick with me. I wanted to do this update so you guys know that I didn't abandon you. You know, I had other things that went on too. I had air conditioners in my house break down. And as you know, I fix everything myself. So yes, I fixed my own air conditioning. And then I had other issues. Some friends, we had some water pipes break. And so yeah, I'm still busy, and I've been in here cleaning almost every single day. I've taken, you know, at least 2 or 3 hours. I can't believe that I can spend that many hours cleaning. You know, I'm not using scrapers. I'm not doing any of that. It's all by hand, you know, by towels, these clean towels. You know, I'm trying lacquer thinner. I'm trying mineral spirits, all the different things to try to get everything as clean as I can get it clean. It'll never be as clean as the engines I see Tassos does. I mean, you can take a terrible, disgusting looking engine, and then it goes to cleaning and comes back and it looks like it's brand new. Well, I don't have a facility really to even drop my engine block into that. So that's as clean as I can get it. All right. So now you guys know that is going to be the next video. So this is, you know, there's no turning back. You know, I've probably been procrastinating this a little bit too. All right. Because this is the foundation. This is when you're dropping the crankshaft into the engine block. Everything's got to be right. You've got axle bearing play. You know, you want to make sure everything is smooth. And then, you know, so it's very, very important. And of course, being the biggest step. After that, it's going to be putting those heads on, because we can get to that point and get up to the heads and, right? Because that's one of the biggest problems with these engines is people stripping the head. I spent so much time over the last day making sure those threads are not just clean, but using a very high quality thread chase, right? A actual thread restorer tool. Because you don't want to use a tap or anything like that. You just want to make sure it is perfectly clean and all those galleys and everything else is clean. You got one chance to do it, and this is it. Once. So that's what I've been doing, and I can't wait to get started on that. I'm nervous. Yes, I'm nervous. Yes. And you should be nervous too, because it's a big step. So until the next time, you guys, thanks again for watching, and subscribe, because I would like to have all you guys jump on board with me when I try to start this car. I mean, wouldn't it be great having a live event like that? I think it will be. So, all right, guys, thanks again.